So we're back with our urine that we just collected outside, and we're going to do a urinalysis. So we have these marvelous little test strips. They're called 10 SG sticks, and it lets us measure a whole slew of things. So we're gonna measure it out, and we're gonna take one of the sticks. And we're doing this for a couple reasons. Sometimes we do it because we want to test the urine for the presence of infection, but we also test it when we have a diabetic, which is the case today. And so we dip the whole stick in. And for some of you, this is what's going on at the vet in the back. And so you'll see the strips correspond to different values. And we line it up, and there's a different amount of time for each one, but it's very, very quick. So we find out what's going on, and we're actually looking for, in this case, glucose in the urine, and there it is. So we now have confirming evidence that this little guy is indeed a diabetic. Sometimes dogs that have Cushing's disease act like they are diabetics, and they're not. But there's the confirming evidence for us. And by the way, while we're looking at his urine, he gets a clean bill of health on everything else. There's no blood in his urine. There's no infection. He's got a little bit of ketones, which is another thing we usually see when we see a diabetic, but everything is looking good. So in general, this is how we test urine, and specifically, this is how we test urine for a diabetic dog. Now, if you have a diabetic dog, you may also be asked to test urine. You may not get the full set of strips. There is a special set of strips that just looks at ketones and glucose. But that is how you would go to collect, and that's how you would test that urine. You can, once you collect this urine, refrigerate it for up to 6 hours. But testing it right away gives you the best result.
First morning.
Yep, and first morning urine is your best, your strongest. So we're testing here in the afternoon, but it's pretty clear that there's glucose in that urine. That brown spot at the bottom should be a light green that looks like that and does not. So there's today's urine lesson for all of you that have diabetics, or for those of you that may be asked to test on an ongoing basis. And again, if you have a diabetic dog, again, we do not test this every day because we know we're going to find glucose in the urine because we have a diabetic and ketones. You may test once a week. So thanks so much for your attention, and we'll be looking for you in another video.